Ignition sequence start.
I'm glad we're doing this because I was actually on my TikTok and I was looking at a whole bunch of stuff, a whole bunch of craziness going on in the world right now. Look, I don't know if anybody's hip, but they talk about next month on the 8th, April the 8th, they got a solar eclipse coming into play.
Oh, North America. I heard about that, the North American solar eclipse.
Yeah, but here's the weird part about it, though. The weird part about it is they are issuing the National Guard to different cities. What is that about?
I think they know it's about to be a power outage or something major is about to happen. I kind of do a lot of research on this. Well, I believe in conspiracy theories, and black people, you have nothing to worry about. The other people is going to make y'all go crazy. And the people who are less pigmented, I do apologize. Y'all probably about to go through some things like mentally.
Look, all I know is this is kind of going in correlation to that. You remember when the cell phone outages went out about, what, 1 or 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, AT&T?
Yeah, AT&T, the towers went out.
Yeah.
Now, here's what's crazy about that. Now, we all know about that Netflix movie, Leave the World Behind.
I love that movie.
But what happened? Spoilers.
Produced by the Obamas, which I did not know, but go ahead with the spoilers.
And it was based off the book. But the thing about the whole thing about it is this. What was one of the first things that happened in the movie?
But the ship came, the light lines?
What after that?
I'm trying to remember. So much happened.
The cell phones went out.
Oh, yeah.
The character, one of the characters acted like she's seen everything on the phone, but come to find out it was all gone by the time she showed somebody.
You know what? I do want to speak on that, but I noticed a lot of symbolisms in movies. One thing I did not understand was the black girl in the movie and the fact that she had underarm hair. What was that supposed to represent? Maybe the natural woman will survive. I don't know what that was supposed to represent, but it kept throwing me off. Every time she raised her arm, I saw that hair.
Well, you know it's during the so-called end of the world. Do you think anybody had time to really worry about what the hell to shave off?
True. I don't think anybody had time to worry, but that just kept all the other symbolism I kind of understood. Like, even the little girl at the end made her way into the bunker kind of saying that, oh, we want to bring your kids in, but we don't care about you, the adults.
Well, you know what? And also, too, Friends. That Friends reference I didn't understand. Out of all things she wanted to watch the last episode of Friends. What the hell?
Damn, what could that have meant?
But you know what? It's all good, though, because in a month or two, they're talking about getting ready to drop another movie called Civil War. Now, I don't know if y'all hip to this, but it's literally called Civil War. Some proclaim to say that this is supposed to be the sequel to Leave the World Behind.
Do you know who produced it?
No, I don't.
Because the Obamas, they did get a deal with Netflix. They're going to be producing a bunch of movies under their umbrella. Again, I don't know if they produced it or whoever did, but I'll watch it.
But I'm not sure. I think this particular movie is going to be in theaters.
I'll check it out. Do you know who's in it?
No, it's a lot of no-name characters. I think I seen one character on there that I don't know his name, but I seen him in a couple movies.
Okay. Don't that suck, though? You bust your ass to become a good actor or actress, and people just know your face.
Well, here's what's so damn crazy about the whole damn thing. In these movies, there's never famous people like household names in these movies. You ever notice that?
You mean even Leave the World Behind?
Not in that particular. Not in Netflix. Let me rephrase that. Netflix movies, yes, but I'm talking about like in big name movies in the theaters. Like case in example, you remember when the first Purge came out?
Yes.
How many big name characters did you actually see in that movie beside probably that?
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know you're talking
probably
about.
One or two people.
So are you saying movies with messages don't really have big name actors in it? Or movies with symbolism they want... Wait, what are you trying to say?
Well, what I'm trying to say is this. I'm not saying no big name actors be in these movies. What I'm saying is they don't normally be in these movies like how they have lower name actors or actresses in it. Like case in example, I know in Leave the World Behind you had Kevin Bacon, you had Sandra Bullock, you had Ethan Hawke. I get that.
Yeah.
But when we look at movies like The Purge.
Yes.
Or the
I feel like Ethan Hawke was in the third one. Somebody was in the third one when they were going to Mexico. The dad of that one.
You talking about the first Purge?
No, the third Purge when they were trying to go to Mexico. America was
that was the name of it. It was called.
Oh,
no. It was called Purge Forever.
Okay.
Yeah, it was called Purge Forever. Yeah. But I can't. You know what? I gotta watch that movie.
I know once I see the guy's face, I'll be like, yeah, him. But I know I won't know his name. It might have been Ethan Hawke, though. If it's not him, I don't know his name.
Probably so. But I might have been wrong about that. But the point is, what I'm saying is, like, I think they're trying to, for those who watch those movies behind what the so-called plot is, I think they want to portray so much the message of the movie instead of the big name actor.
I definitely agree.
That's my whole point behind that. But it's just it's a crazy time to live in. You know, it's an election year.
Oh yeah.
And so expect to see more crazy shit go down because it's always some BS going down.
Let me say this about elections. I don't mind elections. I understand it's a right and left wing of a bird or whatever you want to call it, but I hate it when I see people in the black community get used. Like how they used Kanye a long time ago. I remember Trump used them 2 black ladies. And just people get you. They probably throw y'all crumbs, $5,000, $10,000, and get y'all to say something. Then all the celebrities, like, just make music. You don't have to make music and then support Republicans or Democrats. Just make your music.
Did you see how Biden had Glorilla in the White House?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, Glorilla.
Oh, you said Biden. When you said Biden, for some reason in my head I pictured Obama. Like he wasn't even.
Well, you could say Obama's 2.0.
Yeah, I guess, but yeah, it makes no sense.
Yeah, he literally had Glorilla. I guess Cardi B said, F y'all. Well, she kind of sort of did.
Yeah, she kind of did. But, yeah, I mean, as you get smarter, and I hate to say this, black people's original party is the Republican Party. People hate to hear that, but do your research. It is true. If you're going to go with just Republican and Democrats, but there's always a third party you can vote for or independent parties.
You know, I got an interesting story behind that.
Go for it.
4 years ago, on election day, I put up a post said, okay, if Trump get replaced, then what? What's gonna happen then? Man.
If he gets replaced as far as running for president, or
no, as far as who we got right now. Like,
okay.
So what I'm saying is, like, when I put that up, I got more backlash than I did support on that post. Don't get me wrong, I had a lot of people support my side, but it wasn't really about sides. It was about to get people to think, like, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
What's going to change? I mean, things did change, but don't necessarily mean to change for the better.
Makes sense.
We don't have to go into detail of what's going on. I'm pretty sure if anybody got eyes that's open right now, y'all can see what's happening. But what I'm saying is that what has really changed, especially for black people?
Shit, nothing.
It got worse.
Yeah. Things got worse, stayed worse. Economically, are we talking about definitely under? Let me make sure I have clarification. We're talking about the last 4 years under Biden versus under Trump.
You can use it however you want, really, because you can use Trump as the catalyst of comparison. But either way it go, you can use Trump, you can use Obama. Things did get a whole lot worse.
Yeah.
In general. Now,
the only thing I didn't like, because I remember growing up as a kid, or maybe I was just ignorant to it. As a kid, from like kindergarten till probably like 12th grade, I only remember one inflation. In my adult life, I feel like we've been through 4.
Probably more than that.
I feel like, man, why is all these inflations keep happening? Like, I used to hear the elder people when I was growing up talk about, man, you could get gas, a gallon for 10 cents, 15 cents. I'm like, okay, you're a dinosaur. But now that I've been alive, I'm like, no, that's true, because I can't compare it in terms of gas, really, but I can compare it in terms of, what did I used to buy? 4 bags of chips for $1. I actually used to get 1 bag of chips, 2 oatmeal cream pies, and an Ohana. No, sorry, that's wrong. I used to get an Ohana Faygo drink and like an oatmeal cream pie or a bag of chips. That could be $1. But now it's like you can't do that anymore. The Ohana by itself is over $1. Chips is like what, $3, $4 now?
Man, look,
$2 for $1.
I'm glad you brought that shit up, because when I went to the store, I just tried to grab me like one of them, the real regular size bag of chips.
Yeah.
Every time I go in there, it seems like that shit go up another 5 cents.
5, 10 cents. Because I remember it was $1. Well, 99 cents, 109, 119. What is it? 129 now?
I can't even remember, bro. It's like $2 and change.
Yeah, man.
Like for a bag of Cheetos.
And it's no nutrition.
And half the bag is filled with air.
It's a different world we live in.
But here's the thing about it. Prices, as you see right now, are not going back down. They're not. Everything's going to be on the up and up from now on.
Let me think. The only thing that goes down, any prices that go down, damn, I think you are right. Gas fluctuates. That's about it in this economy.
That's the only thing that's guaranteed to change. Now, if we want to talk about big shit like houses. This, in my opinion, look, no disrespect for anybody who wants to buy a house right now, but this is not the time to buy a house. I'm just saying.
I mean, you might as well get it now while it's cheap because it's only going to get more.
Alright, we're back. Welcome back. So, yeah, where we left off.
Sorry for the intermission. I forgot what we were talking about. But
We're talking about inflation and things going up. Talking about buying property. Is it a good time to buy it, or what should we do?
I think get a hold of it by any means necessary. There is something called an allodial title. That means once you own it, nobody has a say-so over it, and it can't be taxed. But it's hard to find out about those allodial titles.
Well, you know, the thing about it, like with we all know, like when you dealing with institutions like
I'm sorry,
banks,
allodial deed, the title is something you get for a car, right?
something like that.
Yeah, something like that. I don't want to
Do your research.
Yeah, do your research.
Do your research. We just talking. But what I'm saying is, like, when you're dealing with institutions like banks, credit bureaus, and shit like that, you basically making a deal with the devil. Let's call it for what it is, because anything that got anything to do with debt and signing 20 and 30 year mortgages and loans and shit like that, you making a hefty deal with them people. Them people. I mean, because look, we all know shit ain't going down anytime soon.
I remember I heard it from you. You said a mortgage meant death notice or something like that?
Mortgage is French for rigor mortis. Means death note. That means you'll die before you pay it off. Rest in peace, Dick Gregory. But yeah, you'll die before you pay it off. It means death note.
That's crazy. I don't know if I can sign up for anything like that where it won't be paid off. And again, I just always want to be in a position where if I hand off something to my family, it's anything but loans and debt. I want to hand them off things that can benefit them. A car, assets, a nice portfolio.
But when you think about it, when you buy a house, are you buying the property, or are you just buying the house? Are you buying the land?
Good question. Again, they also have something called mineral rights. A lot of people don't know that when you buy a house, you have to inquire about the mineral rights. Because just because you buy a house, if they discover there's oil under your house, you don't have a claim to that. So you want to also get something called mineral rights on your deed.
Also, too, in deeds, they also got something called eminent domain, which means if them people want your land for any particular reason, they have the right to move you out. Don't believe me? Ask the natives.
That's true. However, oh yeah, damn, you had to bring up the natives, but that is true. But nonetheless, I still have to do more research, but still look into something called an allodial deed. Again, I believe that can go over eminent domain. Also, if we start talking about trust, you put your deed in a trust, they can't really do anything about that. But this is stuff I'm still new to, and I'm a neophyte in the world, so I don't want to really speak too much on it. I don't like giving out wrong information. Sometimes I do, but
yeah, do your research. Don't listen to us. Don't listen to us at all. We just saying. We're just saying, y'all. It's just that right now we live in an effed up time right now where anything goes. Anything goes, and anything is going right now. I mean, look, it's so bad right now. If you say the wrong thing, cancel.
Cancel.
If you do the wrong thing, cancel.
Cancel.
If you try to make more sense, you're looked at as being crazy. So whatever you do, it's like you walking on eggshells nowadays. It don't matter what you do, where you go, or anything you try to do is being monitored.
I agree. There still have to be realms though where you have freedom of speech, and number one should be comedy. I understand a lot of comedians are on the verge of getting canceled, but you have to have freedom. Freedom of speech is really supposed to be all over the nation, but at least let it exist in the comedy clubs. You got to understand they're comedians only attempting to make you laugh, and they're trying to be original by creating new jokes and new subject matters. So just don't get offended when you're there.
Look, one of my favorite comedians, I'm glad you mentioned it. One of my favorite comedians is Corey Holcomb. Shout out 5150.
Shout out.
Corey Holcomb's one of my favorite comedians, and for that reason, you can tell it like it is and also have a comedic twist to it. And if you're afraid to tell it like it is, you're afraid of basically everything and everybody. You ain't supposed to walk in fear. Now, if somebody like ourselves are doing what we're doing, speaking on what we're speaking on, we can be looked at as being possible. You know what?
I'm lost.
I don't want to say the word.
Okay.
No, for YouTube reasons.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm just saying we can we can be not liked.
Yeah.
Not liked in a major way.
People who speak the truth. What do they say? Some saying like the man who speaks the truth has lesser friends or something like that. You have lesser friends for being more truthful. And not even just somebody who I perceive like Corey Holcomb would be, but it's just several people in life. Like even me, I don't run with the largest crowd just because I don't capitulate to what other people like to do. Sometimes I just see BS. Or you ever have a friend, they introduce you to another friend, immediately you can be like, oh, that person is full of shit. And it's like you don't want to tell your friend because it's like you don't want it to be combative. You just be like, yo, I see you standing too close to the trees to see the forest. I can tell you your homeboy is not a nice person.
Yeah, you basically picked up on his vibe.
Yeah, quit. But again, sometimes I'm wrong. My radar is way off sometimes, but very accurate most of the time.
And here's the funny thing about vibes and being around people. Sometimes you get a misjudgment.
Yeah, definitely.
So basically, the only way to really know is time.
I will say this. I'm pretty accurate when it comes to reading women, their vibes and energy. When it comes to reading men, maybe because I never focused on men my whole life, I'm sometimes wrong.
Hey, elaborate on that.
Like women, again, I'd be like, this girl flirting with me to try to get something out of me, or this girl is, man, let me tell y'all a story. This is a girl I was messing with years ago. One day, I was broke and she was broke, and she was like, I'm gonna get some money so we could go get some pizza. I'm like, cool, bet. She called her grandma up. She's like, immediately just start crying.
Not grandma.
She called her grandma immediately, like, Grandma, I'm going through a lot. Things are really bad. If you could just give me some money so I could just get by, Grandma, I promise I'll be the best granddaughter ever. And then her grandma, like, Cash App. This was when Cash App just came out. So this was like 4 or 5 years ago, at least to me when it just came out. Her grandma Cash App, she only requested $250. Her grandma Cash App, like $400. And yeah, we did go get some pizza. We went to the movies, had a nice little day. We didn't spend all the money. We only spent like $50. I don't know what she did with the rest of it. But then months later, this same girl started crying in front of me. And I was like, immediately I thought about what she just...
So basically she was a manipulator.
Yes. Immediately I started thinking about the time she cried, fake cried to get money from her grandma. Here she is crying. I forgot